Hi, church family. It was great to be with you all this weekend in church and to celebrate the baby dedications that were there and just to enjoy the time being together. And as I looked over the people who were there this weekend, I was struck by how many of us have served the church in a variety of capacities and how much of that service is unnoticed. It's not the upfront things. It's the picking up chairs. It's the taking care of the children. It's the watering the plants in the patio. It's stuffing the worship folders and getting them ready. It's taking food to people who need food and giving rides to people who need rides. It is a picture of what the church should be. And in 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10, Peter writes this: "As each one has received a special gift, employ it in serving one another as good stewards of the manifold grace of God." Peter tells us that each one of us has received a special gift and that we should use that gift that God has given us to serve the body of Christ. We haven't each received the same gift or the same giftings, but we have each received gifts. And as we use that, we are demonstrating God's grace in our lives. It is a grace that is varied, it is a grace that it flows uniquely to each individual, but it is still a grace that we live out when we serve one another with the gifts that God has given us. And I think one thing that's important when we think about the gifts that God has given us is there are unique gifts in the Bible that are mentioned. Gifts of teaching, gifts of help, gifts of service. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't do something because we say, well, that's not my spiritual gift. We can all serve. We can all teach, even if that's in the context of teaching another single believer, another individual believer. We can all help. We can all exercise mercy. God has given us gifts. He's put us in one body, and he wants us to employ the gifts that he has given us, as well as just the overall principle of serving one another, to provide for the body, to show our love for one another, and to demonstrate that we are the children of a God who gives and a God who serves.